guys. So this is a new month, August, and we have made it through August. So now, it marks how many months since we started this program? I think right about I think three. Yeah, I think started in March, April, May, June, July, 4 months now. We've been together and it's been a very nice journey. Anyway, let's save that for later. So what we got this week was NZ NAS 100 and first was this sale on Tuesday, which the 4 hour was bullish. The 4 hour was bullish, uh, but the weekly bearish and daily bearish. So market market respected this trend. Okay, so this has given me even if price from the power time frame is bullish, if you just have a legit entry, expect price to sell, right? What happened was the daily time frame had the very nice retest here, which I thought might happen throughout the week without any rejection. But surprisingly, price came back here. And on the forward time frame, it's still bullish, but you can see if we start dropping to these lower time frames that I have introduced, because of these pairs, you'll see that price shifted on the 1 hour time frame. We tested, gave this engulf pin bar, which would have been an entry right here. Okay. Let's see on the 30 minutes time frame. Yeah, almost the same thing. This would have been this. This is an entry, by the way. Not would have been, but it's an entry to sell. And I think maybe you put your stop rate around this week just to be safe. But yeah, I think yeah, you can put there. So you can see right now price has repeated the same thing it did at this point, right? Price broke, tested, engulfed, entry level, tested, engulfed, entry level. So if one can even put our stop here, there's really not much of a deal. So this is an active trade right now, right? That's where the market closed, and that's 100. Okay. On the daily time frame though, closed with the indecision candle. So it's a nice trade, but just a bit risky. But this is where we are. And real estate team, we were looking for um, what were we looking for in the real estate? I was looking for sales, right? Yeah. I was looking for sales here, but price never tested upon seeing this shift. But first I wanted buys here, if you remember. Mm, uh, mm, at first I wanted price to buy here. And I remember giving you something like this. It's our pivot, right? But what happened was price made a very strong buy, which never gave me an entry. And then when price retested this level, uh, uh, what happened when price retested this level? when price tested this level, it was didn't give me any entry, you can see, and went bearish. So when it was bearish, I still had the same no idea of buying here, just because the weekly was still bullish, right? Yeah, but when I saw the daily went bearish, I was still thinking, if the daily is bearish, but the weekly is bullish, which one should I follow? You know? And the market just showed me it's better to follow the weekly time frame, right? But again, if you can see where we are in the weekly time frame, here price seemed as if it wants to retest here. Okay, that was my idea. But I was saying to myself, for it to come back here, can sell a bit. Why? Because then Nasdaq was also selling, right? So I said price will show me if it's really selling, it will show me. If it wants to buy, it will show me. Okay, since the weekly is bullish, whichever makes sense of an entry give me. At the end of the day, it's the 4 hour that shifts. And you can clearly see that the 4 hour is very much bearish now. And this is a lower low, this is a retest, the deeper retest. So you can see this is an engulfing, but what would be nice to buy to sell is when price is finally outside this zone, and then we can catch that sale. Okay, and you can see that price being rejected, so it's not yet ready. And if we start dropping to the lower time frames, you can also clearly see that price at the shift at this engulfing and a retest and an evening star, which means price can sell. But remember, I want to sell at the very safer place, right? So in this case, you can clearly see that if price will be below here in the 1 hour time frame, mm, price will make something like this. Okay, so what price will make. Uh-huh. And if it makes something like this, this will be easy to sell. And if you look at the 30 minutes time frame, yeah, we'll also even get a clear picture. So this is where we are in the US 30 pair, right? Not very bad. Pretty interesting, even. What do you think? And if you can also see on the forward time frame, there's this form of pattern which I like. It's more of my strategy. I've been telling you if price retests the forward level, I expect price to engulf here, right? Uh here, here. But ends up breaking inside. What do we wait for? Price to break outside and price to retest, and then what? We sell. So in this case, price is still at this point. You see? Respecting which zone? This level here, same as this point here. So what we wait for is price to simply break below, right? Uh-huh. That's what I'm trying to tell you all here. Uh, which other pair we also let me do this. I think for this session I can go through list all of these five. Yeah, tomorrow morning in the evening I can go through one or two. Tomorrow morning we can go to three. At 5 can go to 3 and uh can also go to again. Okay, wherever we end is where we end, right? Let's just keep going. Wherever we end. We have US oil. Remember, I was telling you this price might give an entry here. But the thing is, when price came back here, it went bearish. So I was waiting for a shift at this level, which happened. You see, the shift happened. The 2 hour time frame, uh, the 2 hour time frame, price came back here. Price came back here. Let's see the 1 hour time frame. There was no entry. So I think there was just no possible entry. Let's see price we tested here, but uh there was no entry when price was here. So this one is far away gone. Uh the only second entry people can get is maybe if price will test that level. The 2 hour time frame. And then we can try to capitalize off this buy here. Right? Right there. You can put your stop. I don't know. Yeah, I can capitalize the sell right here. Yeah. I really don't think I can predict this situation. Yeah. Especially that the weekly closed bearish. It's a very nice day trade. Mm, yeah. Anyway, it's always this market that been playing with people over and over. And based off my analysis, I think next week this will still sell because we just retested and gave us this indecision candle, meaning that this with this pin bar, market failed to fill this level, and it's showing that I I want to sell because the indecision candle closes with red candle, right? Uh-huh. So but on the daily time frame, that's the tricky part. On the daily time frame, prices everywhere. Okay? Daily time frame, prices everywhere. Uh, prices everywhere. And what I can see, let's try to analyze this. Mm, lower high, lower low. Price first make this lower low. Comes back here. We test this with double bottom. Makes people buy. Sells back. Makes a lower low. Makes a very nice double bottom. Makes people think price will sell. But price again goes bullish on the daily time frame. The price come back here and price is still bullish now, right? Because this is our lower high low. and higher high. So this is our higher low, and this is our higher high, right? So this means what? For me to sell, I have to wait for the weekday is bearish. That's the good part. But if I sell now, I'll be selling based off there. Daily being bullish and the other being bearish, right? So the good part is engulfing. But let's see how the 4 is responding. The 4 time frame is responding really well. You can see that price is bearish now. So it's ready to respect the weekly time frame. Only thing is the daily is bullish. But okay. But this is the 4 point resistance, and this is the main OG level where you can sell from, right? So price will trace back here. So for me, I would want price come back inside here. Then give me a way forward. Who's right now? uh, Market has made a low on the daily time frame and a low high. And notice that price hasn't respected this level, not one bit, right? So there's a high chance that the 1 hour time frame will revisit this level. And once it revisits this level, mm, time frames like 30 minutes will go out, will go back bullish, right? Then we can wait for that 30-minute shift, which will most likely affect the 1 hour too. And then we find ourselves uh selling this pair. Okay, because we have to follow the weekly at the end of the day, not the daily or the 4 hour. In this, just in these pairs, I'm talking to you about oil, Bitcoin as day, USDT. Yeah, because these pairs. But the key thing is, when pairs like uh ZAR USD, you want to catch a trade that's a bit long term, because just because it gives out trades every day doesn't mean you have to trade with it. Okay.